Millions of Americans are asking the same question right now. Am I getting my Social Security payment early in August 2026? If you've seen headlines saying that checks are arriving ahead of schedule, you might be wondering whether it's good news, a mistake, or even the start of a new Social Security change. Before you assume you're receiving an extra payment, there's one important detail that every retiree should understand. Today's update isn't about a surprise bonus or a new law. Instead, it's about how the Social Security Administration handles payment dates when the calendar creates a scheduling conflict. Depending on whether you receive SSI, retirement benefits, SSDI, or survivor benefits, your payment date may be different. Some people will see money arrive before August officially begins. Others will receive their benefits on the usual schedule. Knowing which group you fall into can help you avoid unnecessary worry and better plan your monthly budget. So let's walk through exactly what's happening, who is receiving payments early, and what it means for your benefits. The Social Security Administration has released its official payment calendar for 2026, and one date is getting extra attention. The reason is simple. August 1st, 2026 falls on a Saturday. Normally, supplemental security income, also known as SSI, is paid on the first day of each month. But when that date falls on a weekend or a federal holiday, the Social Security Administration follows a long-standing rule. It sends the payment on the last business day before the scheduled date. That means August's SSI payment will be issued on Friday, July 31st, instead of Saturday, August 1st. This is a routine scheduling adjustment. It happens whenever the calendar requires it and is not a new policy or special benefit. Here's the most important thing to remember. Receiving your August SSI payment on July 31st does not mean you're getting an extra check. It is simply your regular August payment arriving one business day early. If you receive Social Security retirement benefits, SSDI, or survivor benefits, your payment schedule generally remains the same. If you started receiving Social Security before May 1997, or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, your payment is scheduled for Monday, August 3rd. For everyone else, payments continue according to birth dates. Those born between the 1st and the 10th are paid on August 12th. Birthdays from the 11th through the 20th are paid on August 19th, and birthdays from the 21st through the 31st are paid on August 26th. So while some people will receive their payment before August officially begins, the overall payment system has not changed. But that's not the whole story. Many retirees are still asking who actually qualifies for the early payment, whether direct deposit changes anything, and if there's any reason to worry about delays. That's exactly what we'll cover next. Now that we know why one payment is arriving early, let's talk about why this matters and whether it changes anything for your benefits. For most people, the answer is no. The amount of your monthly benefit is not changing. Your eligibility is not changing. And this early payment does not mean the Social Security Administration has approved a new benefit increase. The only thing that's changing is the date when some recipients receive their money. This is especially important for people who receive Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. Since August 1st falls on a Saturday, the SSA is sending that payment on Friday, July 31st. It's simply a scheduling adjustment to make sure beneficiaries have access to their money before the weekend begins. However, this timing can sometimes create confusion. Some people check their bank account at the beginning of August and think their payment is missing because it already arrived at the end of July. Others mistakenly believe they received a bonus payment and spend the money too quickly, only to realize there won't be another SSI payment during the month of August. That's why it's so important to remember that the July 31st deposit is your August benefit paid early, not an extra payment. If you receive retirement benefits instead of SSI, your payment schedule generally follows the normal calendar. Unless you fall into a special category, you should expect your payment according to your birth date. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment is scheduled for Wednesday, August 12th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment is scheduled for Wednesday, August 19th. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment is scheduled for Wednesday, August 26th. There's also another group to remember. If you began receiving Social Security before May 1997, or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, your payment schedule is generally follows the normal calendar. There's also another group to remember. If you began receiving Social Security before May 1997, or if you receive both Social Security and SSI, your Social Security benefit is scheduled for Monday, August 3rd, while your SSI payment arrives on Friday, July 31st. Many viewers also ask whether direct deposit, paper checks, or direct express cards change these dates. In most cases, they do not. The official payment date remains the same, regardless of how you receive your benefits. However, your financial institution may take a little longer to post the funds. So if you don't see your deposit immediately, the SSA recommends waiting a few business days before reporting a missing payment. Another important point is that this schedule adjustment happens almost every year, whenever the first day of the month falls on a weekend or a federal holiday. It's part of the SSA's normal operating procedures and isn't a sign of financial trouble or changes to the Social Security program. Most people don't realize this, but understanding the payment calendar can help you avoid unnecessary stress and better plan your monthly expenses. But there's another question many retirees are asking right now. Who exactly qualifies for these payment dates? And are there any exceptions you should know about? That's what we'll cover next. So, who is actually affected by the August 2026 payment schedule? Let's start with SSI recipients. If you receive supplemental security income, your August benefit is scheduled to arrive on Friday, July 31st, because August 1st falls on a Saturday. If your payment is deposited on that date, everything is working exactly as intended. There's nothing you need to do, and there's no reason to worry. Now let's talk about retirees receiving Social Security retirement benefits. If you've been collecting Social Security since before May 1997, your payment is scheduled for Monday, August 3rd. The same generally applies if you receive both Social Security and SSI. In that case, your SSI payment comes on July 31st, while your Social Security retirement benefit follows on August 3rd. For beneficiaries who started receiving Social Security after May 1997, the payment schedule depends on your birthday. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th, your payment is scheduled for August 12th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment is scheduled for August 19th. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment is scheduled for August 26th. The same birthday schedule generally applies to many people receiving Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI, as well as survivor benefits. Here's an example. Imagine Mary receives SSI every month. She checks her bank account on July 31st and sees her regular monthly deposit. She might think it's an extra payment because it's still July, but it isn't. That's simply her August SSI benefit arriving one day early due to the weekend. Now consider John, who receives retirement benefits based on his work history and whose birthday is August 15th. He won't receive an early payment. Instead, his benefit is scheduled for Wednesday, August 19th, just as the regular payment calendar provides. These examples show why it's important not to compare your payment date with someone else's. Two neighbors can receive different Social Security benefits and have completely different payment dates, even though both are receiving payments correctly. Another question many people ask is whether this early SSI payment affects future monthly benefits. The answer is no. Your future payment schedule remains the same unless another month begins on a weekend or federal holiday. The Social Security Administration simply adjusts the payment date when necessary to ensure beneficiaries receive their money on time. It's also worth remembering that scammers often take advantage of payment schedule changes. Whenever news spreads about Social Security, fake emails, text messages, and phone calls tend to increase. If someone contacts you claiming you must pay a fee, verify your banking information, or click a link to receive your benefit, treat it as a warning sign. The Social Security Administration will not ask you to pay money or provide sensitive information through unsolicited calls, texts, or emails just to receive your regular monthly benefits. So what should you do if your payment doesn't arrive when you expect it? And what's the safest way to check the status of your benefits without falling for misinformation? We'll cover those important steps in the final part. So what should you do if you're expecting a Social Security or SSI payment in August 2026? The first step is to know which payment schedule applies to you. If you receive supplemental security income, remember that your August payment is scheduled for Friday, July 31st. If you see that deposit before August begins, there's no need for concern. That's exactly how the payment calendar is designed to work when the first day of the month falls on a weekend. If you receive Social Security retirement, SSDI, or survivor benefits, check your scheduled payment date based on your birth date or your eligibility category. In most cases, those payment dates remain unchanged. If your payment doesn't appear on the expected date, don't panic right away. Sometimes banks and credit unions take a little longer to post direct deposits. A slight delay doesn't necessarily mean there's a problem with your benefits. The Social Security Administration generally recommends waiting a few business days before reporting a missing payment. During that time, check your bank account carefully to make sure the deposit hasn't already been posted. If the payment is still missing after that, the safest step is to contact the Social Security Administration directly or sign into your personal My Social Security account to review your payment information. Just as important, be careful about misinformation. Whenever Social Security payment schedules make headlines, false rumors spread quickly online. You may see social media posts claiming that everyone is receiving bonus checks, emergency payments, or unexpected benefit increases. In this case, those claims are not supported by the official payment schedule. The early SSI deposit is simply a calendar adjustment. It does not change your monthly benefit amount, and it does not mean there's an additional payment coming later in August. It's also a good idea to stay alert for scams. Criminals often use Social Security news to trick people into sharing personal information. Remember, the Social Security Administration will never call, text, or email you asking for payment, gift cards, or your banking information in order to release your monthly benefits. If you ever receive a message that seems suspicious, don't respond. Instead, verify any information using official Social Security resources. The good news is that for most beneficiaries, August 2026 should be a routine month. The only notable difference is that SSI recipients receive their August payment one business day early because of the weekend calendar. Understanding that simple scheduling rule can help you avoid confusion, budget your money more confidently, and recognize misinformation when you see it. As always, staying informed through official updates is the best way to protect your benefits and your peace of mind. If you found this explanation helpful, consider subscribing so you don't miss future updates on Social Security, SSI, Medicare, retirement benefits, and other important news that could affect your monthly income. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.